my name is Chastity Lloyd, and today I would like to talk to you about the phenomenon known as music-evoked nostalgia. As a young child, I remember sitting in the back of my mom's car and her listening to her favorite songs and music at the time. And to this day, whenever I hear these songs played, whether in my car as I've grown up or anywhere else really, I can still picture myself in my little car seat with my mother driving and my father in the front seat. The phenomenon of using music to recall these memories and emotions and these feelings that kind of wash over you as you experience this is known as music-evoked nostalgia. And this is something that everybody at some point in their life has absolutely felt or gone through, and something that they're able to relate to, because in the brain, music, memory, and emotions are so tightly connected that there's no way it's a coincidence. Today, I would like to talk to you about nostalgia and music and how they work together with your emotions and how it can really help you recall memories that otherwise would be completely lost. So to start off with though, before we can really get into music and nostalgia, you have to first understand what nostalgia really is. So according to the many authors of Music-Evoked Nostalgia, Affect, Memory, Personality, a chapter from Emotion Volume 10, nostalgia is an effective process that can accompany autobiographical memories. It has been described as complex emotions that give rise primarily, but not exclusively, to positive effects and serve as a counteraction for sadness and loneliness. This is something that's often triggered by music. Music-evoked nostalgia is an emotion that can really bring you to your past and help you to feel almost like you're a kid again, or almost like you're a teenager again, and really make you feel as if you're in that moment again. But we first need to understand what these triggers really are that trigger nostalgia in a sense. So how is nostalgia triggered? When you listen to music, you have a variety of responses that your brain releases. Catherine Gillespie from Vice says that listening to music lights up your brain's visual cortex so that when you hear a song, you are automatically associating these memories with other images as well. This means that music and visual stimuluses are directly correlated within the brain, and music is a tool that can be constantly used within memory recollection. Now, we've talked about the triggers and the nostalgia, but we haven't quite gotten into the emotions. And the stronger the emotional ties, research says, the stronger these memories will have. Why music triggers an emotional response really does vary. Hawk Eggerman is a musical researcher who has his own TED Talk, and in this TED Talk, he explains that music brings us into this right mood, bonds us with other people, and creates a shared experience that is truly unique to music. He also gives 4 reasons as to why people experience this just emotional response. 4 of these reasons, 2 are learned association and musical expectations, and these are the more taught to you as you've grown up and you've listened to music reactions, while expressive emotional movement and activating sounds is really a universal response that everybody is able to feel. While there's not really one surefire reason as to why we experience this, music and emotion do go hand in hand. And it's really important to note that whenever you realize that music-evoked nostalgia is more a feeling and a flash of memories than just a memory triggering device. So going into memories, memories can range from very pinpoint and specific to more general and vague, and it all really depends on the connection you have to this song. So say, for example, my example would be being very, very young and my father traveling and sitting in the terminals and walking through. I have 2 specific songs that to this day, anytime these songs come on my phone or the radio or I listen to them, it brings me back and I can picture them in my head and I know the feeling. And this is something that everybody has been able to feel. This is not just me, this is not just you, this is everybody. And these memory-tied songs are very helpful for memory, and they can even help dementia patients recall memories that they've forgotten years ago. These learned associations through music triggers, as the UNH staff says from the University Health News Daily, memories related to music can far outlast any other memory, and listening to music can stimulate recollection of autobiographical memories as well as enhance verbal memories too. This is because we've learned these associated pairs with music, and we recognize the emotions through musical patterns and creating this emotional response in the brain that is triggering a memory. In the words of the UNH staff, which I really feel say it best, music stimulates connections between both sides of the brain and activates associated emotions, cognitive function, and memory processing. When one is stimulated, all of them are stimulated. And connections between music and memory is really just this universal superpower that we all have within us that creates ties to these memories that we can discover years ago that, again, would be lost years before. Music evoked nostalgia is something that everybody experiences, and it's whether it's a string of a guitar or a familiar voice, it's something that deserves to be acknowledged as such an important part of our daily lives and moods. This can take us from a busy day or stressed work or whatever we're at to a simpler, happier time that feels so familiar you can almost taste it. Thank you very much.